Hey, everybody. Welcome to Pink Shade. Guess what? It's a Monday and we're back. Keisha.
Guess who's back?
Guess who's back? Back again.
Back again. Shady's back.
That's right. Keisha, people were missing you and wondering where you were. And I was like, I can't help it. She's over there talking about Mama June on her own podcast. I don't know. We're back, guys. Loved Your and Lockup is back. But guess what? Then I saw fucking Mama June is coming back again in June.
Yeah, they cut the season. I don't know why they did this. They did the same thing with the last season of 1,000-Pound Sisters too. So I don't know if this is going to be like a new thing. I don't know if it has to do with the writer's strike and them just, I don't know.
Nobody's writing on these shows, Keisha. Come on now.
That is true.
There's no writers. They could use some writers.
You know what? Now, yeah. So when that all was going on, we got more reality TV shows.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have this. We have this one shining moment until June when Mama June comes back, and then we'll have to try to find something to go in that spot. Again, I've been out here struggling, guys, but I've been putting stuff on Mondays that I hope everybody's enjoying. I've been putting some then and nows. I've been doing some documentaries. I did that documentary, Quiet on the Set, with Brandy and June. That's some dark darkness.
It is.
Did you watch that? Did you watch it?
Yeah.
Did you watch a lot of those shows? Did your daughter?
Oh, gosh. I would watch some of these shows with Skylar, and when she aged out and started watching other stuff, I would still watch the shows.
Yeah.
Like iCarly, I'll sit right now watching iCarly marathon. Like, seriously, and James and I will just laugh like we've never seen the episodes before. But yeah, some of those I still remember that I watched as an adult. I probably guess I shouldn't have been.
Yeah.
I was like aged out. So it's very, very shocking. The Jake Bell part was just, it was gut wrenching, you know, just this poor kid.
I know. And so many of them, that haven't told their story yet. So I'm hoping it's going to be an ongoing thing, and because that last episode that they dropped with Soledad O'Brien or whatever, I was like, well, this is a nothing burger. Like, I wanted another like documentary style episode.
Yeah.
Not
Wait till they do Disney.
Well, I don't want to know anything about that, because that's mostly what we watched. Like, we watched a lot. Phineas and Ferb. I mean, one of the best shows on television ever.
One of the best. Yes, I agree.
But no toe sucking on that show, so that's good.
I don't know, and it's so weird because after watching that, because I used to watch Sam and Cat and Victorious is what I love. Victorious, and I started thinking, I was like, holy shit, these things were happening right in front of us, and we just didn't notice. But on iCarly, they used to have the kids wear these graphic T-shirts with different sayings on them. And one time I can remember, I was like, what does poodle juice mean? It was just such a random thing to put on there. And I looked it up. Oh my God.
What does it mean?
Do you really want to know?
Give it to me in a PG-13 way.
Oh, this is hard. Okay, I can do this.
Okay.
When a man ejaculates in another man, and then he pees behind it.
Okay.
In the same place. Yes. So you got the iCarly kids walking around with a shirt that says poodle juice on it. Because now we know this guy was fucking freaky.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. And it's just like they had a character with the last name Taint. And then
he was just a total creep.
Total creep.
And he has no respect for women at all.
And do you know who this is going to do it the whole time, guys. We may as well get it out of the way. The thumbs up. Do you know who he's married to, Dan Schneider?
Doesn't she do something with food or something like that?
Hungry Girl. So, I mean, for years, back when I did Weight Watchers and stuff, Hungry Girl was the thing. Like, it was a website, and then it was one of the first times you signed up to get like an email, and she sent you recipes and stuff. Hungry Girl, her name was like Lisa Lillen, Lillen, Lisa Lillen.
I remember the name Hungry Girl.
And that's who he's married to.
But I think, hasn't she taken down like some of her social media stuff because people figured out it was her and they were like sending her messages, threatening messages and stuff like that?
Probably. I mean, ew. So that's interesting. I didn't realize that. All of a sudden, I just got like a nose thing. The pollen here, I don't know about where you are, but oh my God,
It's horrible.
everything is covered in like yellow and green. And you walk outside to walk the dogs, and we just like have tissues in our pockets like real old people.
You
Like,
have to. Yeah.
God.
It's kind
Sidebar.
of the same down here in the not South.
Not South, girl. Not South, girl. Now, I know you didn't listen to the episode. You must have seen it on Facebook.
Yeah, I did. And I was like, hey, Texas girl, born and raised. Nope, we're not the deep South and we're not the South. I know it's weird because geographically, looking on a map, we are. I'm like, but Texas thinks Texas is its own country.
Texas is correct. Texas is its own thing.
It's its own thing. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is there any updates in your life you want to tell me about before we get to recapping? Is there anything going on? Because I literally have not seen you. Just we've texted, but I haven't seen you in like a month.
So, I got to meet Maven Huffman, right? I had my Roman Empire, the ex-wrestler who I've been in love with for over 20 years.
Okay, I saw that picture, but it didn't, the wrestling thing, I don't understand. Yeah.
That was him, right? So I get a shirt made that is a picture of him. Mm-hmm. So we are waiting in line to just... You're
like Ziad and like Ziad and Rebecca. Remember when... What So Ziad and Rebecca, they were a couple from 90 Day, and he always had a giant face. So you were like that.
Yes, exactly. It was his whole body. Oh, so we're going up there, and believe it or not, I was speechless. I'm like, what do I say? I don't know what to say. And James and my friend were like, say hi. I don't know if I can say hi. So I get up there, and I don't have to say anything because he sees my freaking shirt.
Yeah.
He's like, what is that? I'm like, that's you. He was like, I gotta come from around the table for this moment. This is special. I have his sweat on my shirt. I'm never gonna wash the shirt ever again.
Okay.
One of my friends says that's super gross, but I'm not gonna wear the shirt either.
You could just frame it in your office. You could put it in a frame, and
I was on a high like never before. Yes, that was such one of the best days in my entire life.
I'm so happy for you.
I was so happy for myself.
Okay.
Yes.
So that has been the highlight of the last month since we've seen each other.
That has been the highlight.
Wrestler. Okay. All
yeah,
right.
Yeah. I've had some good days, but that is like the top tier right there.
I'm very happy for you. Yes. I know how it feels when you meet people like that. It's very exciting. And he didn't disappoint you or sexually harass you or anything weird. So that's good.
Which was disappointing because he could have felt me up a little bit and I would have been completely okay with it. I'm like,
as long as it was consensual, then yeah, why not?
Totally. Go ahead, grab it all, James. You're just gonna go home mad.
Oh my God, guys, this is what we've missed. We've missed Keisha. We've missed Keisha wanting to get felt up by a wrestler. It's fine.
Yeah, once in a lifetime opportunity.
The news around here is that my son has picked a college.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
He's picked a college. Thank you. And he's going to be going to Ole Miss. And we're going to go this weekend, actually sort of last minute planned a trip. He's going to like a frat party. And I'm going to go to there's like a big street festival there called Double Decker. And I'm going to go to that. And you and I got to figure out about recording on Sunday, but that's for offline. And so that's the excitement around here. And
he went to prom last night.
Yeah. Came home at a decent hour. I mean, ish.
Okay. I was looking at the pictures and it's amazing the difference between the girls' prom dresses up there versus down here.
Oh, yeah?
Holy shit balls. Like, your girls look like nice, normal girls who are just dressed up for a dance.
Okay.
Bitches down here got peacock feathers coming out above their heads. Like a snake covering up their boobs. Like, it looked like someone actually stole every loofah from a loofah warehouse and made a... Yes. And then the hair, like, that was nice to see.
That is so funny. Well, For Hoko, the girls are in dresses that are this big. It's just literally like from the boob to the butt, and that's it. It's just like a tiny. But for prom, they do the long dress, and they, they put the slit right up to the cooch. But
yes, they do. Yes,
they do that. But it is a little more coverage, which is nice for me because it's like, Hoko, I literally went up to many girls, the ones that I've known like since they were 5, and like just like pull it down a little bit, just like
they're like, there's no pulling down, Mrs. Gilbert.
Like Mrs. Gilbert, don't be jealous,
right?
But he had a very nice time. Yeah, he had a very nice time. It was great. It was great to take the pictures and do the thing. Kind of a lot of the parents milling about, talking about their kids going to college and where they decided to go. And then I will tell you this. Somebody like broke a glass like right by the golf course because it was on this golf course where the pictures were being taken. And we were like, okay. Well, last drink for her, whatever. And I wasn't having drinks watching my kids' prom picture being taken. Like no shade, whatever. We just weren't going to be there that long. And then we went to dinner. Dave and I went to dinner, and that same couple was sitting next to us. And Dave sent me a text because it's one of those things where it's like a table of two, all right next to each other. The lady was so Dave and I could barely have a conversation. So he sent me a text across the table and was like, that's the same chick that broke the glass. I was like, oh. I was like, good God, she's loud.
At the restaurant. Oh, she was just being really loud.
Like Dave and I, after they left, finally we were like, okay, let's talk about this trip to California in September. Like we couldn't even have a conversation because every time we tried to talk, she was like, and then. And we were like, okay, well, we're just going to enjoy our food and stare at each other because we can't talk. It was wild.
Communicate through your eyes.
We were communicating through text across the table.
That's funny.
It was funny when we went to bed. I was like, well, thanks for taking me on a date or whatever. He goes, yeah. I go, it was kind of fun to sit in a restaurant and make fun of other people with you. He's like, yeah.
Oh, that is all we do.
It's a pastime we haven't done in a while to just sit at a restaurant and make fun of the people around you. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, it actually is, and the way you laugh is like your kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like unfortunately, it's at another person's expense, but they don't know about it.
They don't know. They don't know.
They don't know.
We had the best time.
Won't hurt them. Good. I'm glad y'all did.
A good time. And some other people came in that we knew. And then my friend Mary's dad came in with his girlfriend. And then at some point, Dave goes, we're never coming here again. There's too many people here that we know.
Too many people. Yeah. I agree with Dave. I don't want to go anywhere where everyone's going to know who I am.
I was like, I should have sat over there on that side where I could see out and then he could have his back,
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, we can't come here anymore if there are going to be a bunch of people here we know. I was like, why are you so asocial? He's like, I just want to talk to people.
You just want to go out. You don't want to talk to all those damn people. Like,
I know. Don't worry, he didn't. I did. I was like, hey, Yeah. He's like, oh, all right, let's keep it pushing. Got to get home and let the dogs out. He's only concerned about the dogs.
True.
Ever.
Yes.
Ever.
It's girls.
Y'all, it's time to upgrade your uncomfortable shapewear. Support for today's episode comes from my favorite, HoneyLove. Whether you're a bride, a wedding guest, or simply seeking some everyday smoothing, are you going out to dinner with your friends and don't want to look lumpy and bumpy? HoneyLove has got you covered. You could groove on the dance floor. You can do whatever. It doesn't roll down, which is unheard of. They've got this flexible boning that's hidden in the side seam, so it's not uncomfortable, but it doesn't roll down, guys. And guess what else? This piece is a booty lifter. This is the Super Power Short, guys. It's a booty lifter. I've talked about how much I need some booty lifting. The boost bands on the back of the thigh give your bottom just a little bit of shape that you need. We've all been there, guys, struggling to take off a tight piece of shapewear in the bathroom with the line out the door. Their Super Power Short has a 100% cotton gusset, so you can skip the extra undies. Plus, it has a convenient opening in the panty area for easy bathroom, no costume changes required. They have more than sculpt wear. Of course, they have this amazing bra I've already told you about. They have tanks, they have leggings. You guys, they have it all. Shapewear shouldn't be hard. You guys need to go check out HoneyLove. So treat yourself to the best bras and shapewear out there and get 20% off at honeylove.com/pinkshade. Use this exclusive link to get 20% off. That's honeylove.com/pinkshade. After your purchase, they're going to ask you where you heard about them and say, I heard it from Pink Shade. I'll support the show and tell them that we sent you. Shape your life with HoneyLove. So I would like to tell you that we are going to now embark on Love During Lockup, Season 5, Episode 1. That's what it's officially called. Even though on your DVR, it might say Season 5, Episode 23. It is Season 5, Episode 1. It's called The Watcher and The Dancer.
I
Now,
like that. I like
how
that a
did you
lot.
feel? We got a whole new crop of people. It doesn't feel good to have brand new people.
It really is.
No Chance, no
But
Taylor. Yeah.
there are some couples who do remind me of other couples that we've seen.
Okay. Now,
Yeah.
as we dig into these people,
Mm-hmm.
have you done any Reddit deep dives? Usually you've got some information to tell me, but it's too early for your deep dives.
No, it's too early for a deep dive.
Okay.
But when it gets to a certain part, I was shocked by this show.
Okay.
And I don't shock very easily, but I had a shock moment during this episode.
Okay.
I'll let you know what it is.
All right. Okay.
When we get there.
Well, let's get started with Tennie and Rob. Do you think Tennie's real name is Tenniel? Tenni.
Or
Tanisha?
something like that. Yeah.
Because my son and my daughter both had a teacher, and her name was Tenniel, like Captain and Tenniel.
Okay.
But nobody ever called her Tennie, but I was just wondering.
No, I've never heard anyone who had a nickname that was Tennie.
I hadn't either. But Tennie is a stay-at-home mom. Some may say how. Some may say how.
Like,
and then there's Rob. So Tennie's 33. Rob is 34. He is in Lawton, Oklahoma, home of my in-laws.
yeah.
Look
at that.
Dave's family, they are in Oklahoma. They are from Sulphur and Lawton. And Lawton is where he went every summer to the farm in Lawton. So I told my husband, I go, guess what? They're in Lawton. He's like, that tracks. So she lives in Yukon, which is right around the corner there from Lawton. She's got a real nice house, full of cameras. And Tennie is real cute. She's real cute.
Really cute. She looks like this girl who is on Basketball Wives.
Okay.
And she also looks like if Octavia Spencer and a really cute guy had a kid.
Okay. All right. And we start off with Tennie talking, and she says, if you would have asked me, 5-6 years ago, if I would ever be with a guy in prison, I would say, no way. I don't care who it is. But here we are celebrating 4 years of marriage. My husband, Rob, he's a prison in Lawton. He's serving an 18-year sentence. Robbery with a firearm, concealing stolen property, and conspiracy.
Okay, I mean, that's not that bad. There's no abuse on there. There's no domestic violence.
No beatings, no violence, no murder.
There's those are big no-nos on our list if we ever were to date a prisoner. Like,
right.
When we're looking at the application, if it says abuse or murder, no, let's throw that to the side.
I don't love the firearm about it. I don't love that part.
There's a danger to it. There's a danger to it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So he came to prison when he was 18. He's been there 16 years. This is not going to turn out.
Child. This is a grown child we're dealing with.
When he first came in to prison, he was out of hand. And he was getting in trouble all the time. But now he's got something to live for now that he's married to Tennie. They met in high school and briefly dated. Well, you went into prison in high school. Like, I mean, okay.
Probably not long after the picture was taken that we saw.
I know. And so a few years ago, she saw him on Facebook and wished him happy birthday. Now, she didn't know he was in prison because he's got everything in prison that anybody could want on the outside. Why even want to get out?
Yeah, there's more surveillance at his house on the outside than there is on him, and he's actually the damn prisoner, okay?
You're so right. And he said, what up, big head? And she says, I reminded him he used to be in love with this big head. And then it just went from there. And I'd like to know, how long after that did she realize he was Facebook messaging her from the prison down the road?
I don't know, but that would have been the last conversation that we had.
I'd have been like, hit me up when you get out and you've had that Keisha plan 1 year, get it out of your system, and then hit me up after that.
Yeah, so, not all of this.
This is wild. So her friend Rochelle is over, and he's watching them on these Ring cameras. We see the cameras all over. She says he's big on security. Security?
He's in a secured place. Like, how is he big on security? So, I mean, that is it. The insane part is that she was there whenever the people were putting up the cameras, and she told them, "Yeah, that's okay to put that there."
I know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That this is weird.
This is weird.
She now, likes it though.
One of those cameras is a Ring camera, the one that they showed like sitting on her dresser, and you can move it around. And I know that because we have one on our porch, and Anna constantly turns it to face the wall. But it's one that you can move. So I wonder if they just got like a 4-for-1 deal, but you have to pay every month for that app to keep it monitored. I mean, it's a lot of money.
She said there's one in every room except for her bathroom and her kids' bedrooms.
Right.
So everywhere else, there's a camera.
Yeah. Yeah. He says, look, he's in prison. Yeah, the officers just let him do his thing as long as he didn't break any code. I mean, yeah, having a phone and his Bluetooth headset is a breaking code, but they figure in here I'm the shot caller, so they need me to have a phone so I can just like let them know what's up.
Yeah, I don't believe that at all. I think he's running game while in prison, and he's probably like working with some of the what do you call them?
The security guards? Not security officers?
They're security officers. Yeah. Because he's got a whole setup in there.
The COs. That's what we're looking for.
The COs, yes.
You guys.
Please forgive us for getting that wrong.
We're out of practice.
Yes,
we're out of practice. We're going to get it. We're going to remember. Yes. So now her kids are getting ready. She has 2 kids, a daughter named Cheyenne and a son named Nehemiah. And he treats them as his own. They're not his kids. Also, the kids. Gorgeous children. I mean, these people
spoken.
They have money. She's got money. Everything about this is very, very, very upper middle class. Like everything about them is fancy. So where is this money coming from?
Like child support, or the boyfriend or the husband who's in prison had I'm all about the secret stash. I'm not dating a prisoner without a secret stash.
That's right.
Maybe he's got that stash and she's allowed to pull from it.
As we go, we better find out.
Yeah, they better not go through this season and not tell us
how do they have this money? Like, we need to know.
Yeah.
So they're headed to the prison. So he calls her in the car and is like, hey, like when you get here, I got something I got to talk to you about. And she goes, okay. I was like, okay, here we go. We're 4 minutes in and somebody's already got a secret.
Mary Payne, I would have to pull that SUV over to the side of the road, got out of the truck. No, we're going to talk about this right now because I might not need to make this trip. Tell me what it is. There's no way I could have driven the whole way there and not known what this secret was.
And he says, he's got this thing he has to tell her, and he keeps trying to tell her, but every time he does, like something pulls him back, he gets cold feet, and she's not going to like it. All right, predictions of what it is. What is it?
I'm not going to even say a kid because he was so damn young when he went in.
What do you think? It's going to be...
Maybe his time is getting extended? Because possibly he got caught with all that shit in his cell.
Okay. So it could be like, I told you I'm coming home next January, but actually it's going to get pushed because I got a Fed charge I didn't tell you about.
Yeah, we've seen that happen before.
Yeah, I
don't think it's a kid.
I don't think it's a kid either. He went in at 18 and he's, I mean, unless he like got somebody pregnant there and he has like a 15-year-old somewhere or something. Marriage, maybe somewhere along the line he got married to somebody in prison, forgot to tell her about it.
Is there not like
no, because he's married to her. Okay, sorry.
Right. I don't know.
All right, if anybody knows, send us a DM and let us know.
Please.
And also, y'all quit sending DMs to Keisha asking her like if I've kicked her off the show. Because like,
it's like,
if y'all listen to the show, every week I talk about Keisha. I'm like, you guys don't worry. We'll be back. Keisha's coming back. We're going to do Love is Blind UK this summer, you and me. Everything's going to be okay, everybody.
Yeah,
We're
it was pretty
together.
fun. I'm like, yes, I
Yeah.
am. I'm
Yeah,
coming
she's
back.
still around. She had to take a break. Okay. So, then they're leaving the prison. So we don't get anything in between.
Mm-hmm.
They're leaving the prison in the car. And he calls. It's like, I'm so glad to see you. Like, ooh, all my kisses. Like, my mouth is filled with your chocolate. And the kids are like, oh my God. Ew. Dad, you're
That
going to make us
grossed
barf.
me out.
It's
That
gross.
grossed me out because I don't like to kiss like after like someone is eating something.
No.
No. And he still got the chocolate cake all in his mouth
Stop.
and yeah,
So,
the Ritz.
he's like, yeah, I didn't mention the thing that I had to talk to her about. And this is one of the only big secrets that I'm holding from her. So, oh, it's going to be bad. And so now they go, she takes the kids to the Rising Eagle Brewery. I just wrote that down because, they obviously got their meal for free to chat.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, I'm going to be happy when he comes home. Like, how are y'all feeling? Nehemiah, the little boy 10, is so stinking cute. And he says, God, it's going to be weird when I have dad home because, like, we've never really had a father figure in the house. And dad says, like, he's always watching us on the cameras. Yeah, but I'm kind of used to it now.
Okay, that two creepy things happen right there.
Okay.
There's two.
Okay.
We've got the cameras, of course, but the fact that she already has her son calling this dude dad. Uber creepy.
We expect nothing less.
We can't.
That's all. No.
Just like, why?
They should just call him Rob. They should just call him Rob.
There's nothing wrong with calling him by his government name.
That's right. Yeah. I agree.
Hello, Robert. No,
Yeah.
not dad. That's frustrates me.
I agree. And Cheyenne, who's 13, says, yeah, like sometimes I'll be sitting on the couch and I'll be like, you're not supposed to eat on the couch. And she's like, oh, that'll just scare me to death. That is creepy.
She has good kids because my badass would have stood on top of the couch and turned the camera away so he can't see what the hell I'm doing.
Be like my kid. Be like, you don't need to see what's happening on the porch. Turn it around.
Yeah, exactly. What is he going to do?
Right. I'm going to get you in 2 years and 7 days when I come home.
Right.
So dad seems like a real hard ass. So she says, I am a bit nervous because he has been incarcerated the entire time we've been together. Yeah, and 14 years before that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And she's telling the kids, like, I just want you guys to know, like, I'm really grateful for you. Like, you never complain, and I really want to thank you, which is really nice to see.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And Cheyenne I couldn't tell if she was being a sarcastic teenager, if she really was tearing up.
She really was emotional. Yeah, I think she was. I think she was a little emotional.
She was like, oh, I just thank God we only have a few weeks left. I'll be glad to like go out with my friends on the weekend. I have to sit in a visitation room.
That made me sad. Like her mom, like I don't know how far away the prison is. So maybe it has to be a whole weekend thing for them.
Yeah.
Or whatever. So, but yeah, that totally sucks. And she reminds me like of young Kelly Martin when she was on Life Goes On and she had the red glasses. I don't know why this girl.
Who's Kelly Martin?
You don't know the actress Kelly Martin?
Uh-uh.
You don't remember Death of a Cheerleader? The face on the milk carton?
No.
You don't remember Life Goes On?
No. I know My So-Called Life, Claire Danes and Jared Leto.
That's great and wonderful. I was one of the people who signed the petition for the show to come back on another season. I can't believe you don't know who Kelly Martin is.
I'm thinking of Kelly Taylor on 90210, Jenny Garth.
No, like her real name is Kelly Martin.
Oh, no, I don't know. I think because we are almost 8 years apart in age, maybe sometimes like you're more in like Ingrid's age group and you watched younger shows than I did.
You're what? 50, we're both the doubles, right?
55, I'm 55.
44?
Yeah.
So yeah, we are 10 years apart.
Yeah. So I think that you watched shows when you were in high school that I was like maybe already in college or out of college.
Well, this Life Goes On was when I was in like elementary school.
Who else was in it?
Corky, her brother who had Down syndrome.
Okay, if you would have said, if you would have led with Corky, I remember that show. Yeah.
Well, normally I would say stuff like that. I never call a show what it's called. I'm like, oh, it's Corky and them. You know what? I'll say like a character name. Like if a Real Housewives of Potomac's coming on, oh, I'm about to watch Giselle and them. Like I do it all the time. Yeah. So, yeah. Well, I'm sorry, Corky show.
Okay, Corky show. Well, I don't remember the sister, what she looked like, so I'm sorry.
You'll have to Google that.
I'll Google that. So, Diane, okay. So Nehemiah does say he worries he's going to wake up in the middle of the night and just see Dad there and scream.
Shit, I would too. Like, what the fuck are you doing here? Like,
just used to you talking to me on a
signal
camera.
up, right?
And I just say
you
the kids
need to put out a signal when you go before you go someplace and let someone know you're coming up. Jeez.
The kids and the mom are cute.
Yeah.
I love them. I just I gotta know how they're making that work with that money.
Don't get attached, Mary Payne. Don't get
I know.
attached.
Well, I know.
You know how it goes.
I know.
They disappoint us every time.
I know, especially since he's been in there. So if he went in like 28 to 30 for something, I'd be like, all right, this is gonna work. But when you've been in there since 18, look at it's like. It's just gonna. I'm sorry. If you're watching on video,
a grown child. Yeah, it's a grown child. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. There we go. Okay, so let's go to our next couple. This is the saddest situation, maybe. It's Andrew, age 40, the warehouse supervisor, and Candice, age 29, in prison for burglary. He lives in Greenwich, New Jersey.
Sean and Destiny 2.0, you mean?
Yeah, Sean and Destiny, or what was the guy with the Bronwyn and Chad?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. He's gonna get fucked over so hard.
Yeah, it's
can feel it.
Not great. Yeah. So Andrew is at his house, and his buddy James comes over. Now, this is just something that I love to point out on these shows. James has his shirt inside out because he arrives. It's like Nike or something. They're like, you have to turn that inside out, brother. We told you to come with a plain shirt.
And here's another thing. Everyone has had a guy like James in their life at some point.
He's just that friend that's like, okay, man.
Just
You're
that
stupid.
Friend that I'll help you out. I'll help you out. Like, everyone's had a James in their life.
But you're fully stupid, dude. Fully stupid. So James comes over, and he's telling James, here's all the stuff I got to help me pack. You know, I'm going to go see Candice in Vegas. You know, she's getting out of prison in Vegas. And just a few days, like, I'm so excited. So they're loading all this stuff up, and he loves to buy her gifts. He says he's a hopeless romantic. He likes to spoil his partner with gifts and love and affection. They've been dating almost, now I thought he was going to go 6 years. Almost 1 year.
I'm not buying a bitch I've been dating who's been in prison for a year. I don't think about her is maybe like a plane ride home.
Maybe you're going to put some money on her books to get some ramen.
And that's about it.
Yeah. So she's in prison for 2 counts of burglary. Her mugshot looks rough. And she calls, and he's like, oh, my buddy James. And she's like, oh, you need to tell James how you met me on the website. Like, get him on there. Like, I can smell a sucker and a sucker's friend a mile away. Tell him to get on there and hook up with one of my girlfriends. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she said she's so glad she found Andrew. Andrew is so pure. He has nothing to do with what's wrong with the world. He's so great. And James is like, oh, he's so glad he met you. He's always smiling. She's like, oh. We see some of their letters. He says her letters, the way she wrote, I could just tell. I was like, I could just tell she has nothing else to do. So she's writing you letters.
She probably didn't even write the damn letter. She probably gave someone a pack of ramen and said, write some shit to that fool over there so I can mail it. She don't have time for him.
They got exclusive after 3 letters.
Because she found her trick.
That's right.
Yeah, she's like, oh no, you're all mine. Like, she suckered him in good and quick.
She did. And you can see from her picture that she is very pretty. You know, so you could see where, all right. So he's loading up this truck for this new apartment that he's renting for her in Nevada. It's $1,400 a month.
He bought her. And that's the truck he bought her. But did you see what kind of car he drove?
What was it?
It was one of those, they're not Volkswagen Bugs. Like a Fiat, maybe?
Okay. Yeah,
one of those smaller cars? Yeah. And he buys her this big-ass truck.
Yeah, why does she need a big truck?
She doesn't.
And why does he need
does
to
she
buy
have a driver's license?
Buy a car in Jersey and drive it to Nevada? Like, that's really far.
So when they're loading up the truck, they're loading all of her stuff onto the truck that he's going to leave there with her.
And then fly home.
And then fly home.
So he says, I got her this truck and I've spent $12,000 to $15,000 on her. And Candice goes, yeah, see, what's going to happen is I'm paroling out. I have to go to this halfway house, and then I have to get approval to move into the apartment that he got for me. And for her to be able to get to Jersey, she has to move into that apartment, live there a certain amount of time, get approval from Nevada and Jersey for her to move to Jersey. By that time, she is fucking out of here. Are you kidding me?
Oh, yeah. She's going to have some other dude in that bed in the apartment that Andrew's paying for in no time.
You're right. And then she goes, but he'll come over anytime I want him to come over. I'll just call him.
Bitch, he lives in a whole different state.
Jersey's way over here, and Nevada is all the way almost to California.
And he also has a job and a child.
He does have a child. I forgot about that.
That he only pays for $450 a month for in child support.
Not after the girl sees this. So
no shit.
She'll be like, oh, he's got a lot of money, obviously.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
So then we see all the arts and crafts that she's made for him, A+C and all this stuff. And now he tells us he's been married and divorced twice. His second wife was demanding more and more money, but he's very confident that Candice is not using him.
So the wife he just divorced crawled so Candice could walk.
Yes. Oh. So he shows James the engagement ring, and James is like, now what now? Now come on now.
Yeah. Yeah.
He has seen her in person, and there are pictures of them together. They have had 8 2-hour visits. So he has gone to see her 8 times in less than a year.
That's a lot.
He's got money. He's got money because he's flying, and yeah. So now he goes to meet with a financial planner named Annie, who has no time for this bullshit. And
none at all.
He explains to Annie that he's going to be maintaining 2 households for a little while. And he realizes that he's probably spent more than he expected. And they just need to put this list together to see what he can afford. Okay, financial planning 101. So let's go through your expenses. And they're doing a little thing at the bottom. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. Mm. His mortgage is $1,300. And her apartment is $1,400.
So her apartment costs more than the house that you own.
Okay. The truck payments are $750. It's big. That's a big car payment.
And it's going to take a lot of gas too, because that was a big truck.
Utilities, his are about $500. Hers will be about $250. I'm just thinking for $1,400, utilities should be included, but what do I know?
They won't be.
Food is like $300 a month times 2. Okay. He has 1 kid, and that's $450 a month.
Wait a minute.
He has a 401k loan that he took out, which is always a great idea. That's $140 a month. And he pays $350 a month on a credit card. So she says, let's add this up. You make $6,800 a month, but your bills are $6,240 a month. You have no contingent for any emergency expenses. Like you are really breaking even. And he goes, yeah, I know. Should I just get a credit card? And she was like,
do you want to be broke? Or you like be broke? Yeah, when she said that, I'm like, she stuck it to him. She says, you want to be broke or you want to be better? Yeah. Annie has no time for this bullshit. Did you know, like, did you see the evolution of what she was doing? First, she starts off with a pen and paper and she's writing everything he says down. Then she goes over to, like, one of those big old school calculators. And then she moves over to Microsoft Excel. Like, oh, this shit's going to take a little bit more over here.
I got to do the sum on the PowerPoint. Yes. With Mother's Day coming up, I wanted to take a quick moment to appreciate not only the moms, but anyone who's taken on the role of caregiver. You do everything for everyone else. Now it's time to do something for you, starting with your skin. Today's sponsor, OneSkin, has a simple, scientifically validated routine that keeps your skin looking and feeling good. And here's the best part, it also targets the root cause of aging. The secret is OneSkin's proprietary OS01 peptide is the first ingredient proven to switch off the aging cells that cause lines, wrinkles, and thinning skin. And they've got several studies to back it up. I've been using their products for a while now. I'm going to say several months, and I'm hooked. I put their moisturizer on at night, and I'm telling you guys, it's really working. But just don't take my word for it. OneSkin has over 4,000 five-star reviews. Now 4,001, am I right? And was recently recognized by Fast Company as one of the most innovative brands of 2024. For a limited time, you'll get an exclusive 15% off your first OneSkin purchase using the code PINKSHADE when you check out at oneskin.co. Oneskin.co. You do so much for others. Try OneSkin today and do something good for yourself, okay? And when they ask you, hey, where did you hear about us? Make sure you tell them Pink Shade. Thanks. Well, he says, he has 180K in his 401k. He's not afraid to keep borrowing from it because being in love with Candice is worth being broke. Okay. Remember that you said that.
Yeah. And also, women don't like broke men. So once you're giving her all those things. We still like to go out to fancy dinners. We like to have nice clothes, all these things, and you're not going to be able to provide that for her.
Who's the couple I'm thinking of last season? The guy with the giant belly and the girl that got out that was on meth that had the 4 kids. Remember, she had that teenage daughter, and he had his teenage son that would come with him, and the 2 girls that lived in the trailer that hated their dad. And
Andy and Brittany.
Andy and Brittany. This is similar.
Yeah. Yes, it is. I agree.
So I had to give a lot of context clues for us to remember that. It's only been like 2 months.
I know. I was like, who is she talking? It was when you said the 2 girls in the trailer. I'm like, Andy's girls. Okay, yeah. That's when I got it. Yeah.
So she calls him and he's packing up, more stuff. And she's like, what'd you do today? And he says, well, I went and saw the financial advisor like I told you I was. I'm trying to get, she's like, you never told me you're going to do that. He goes, yeah, I think I did. She goes, no. You told me everything was fine with your finances. Are you hiding something from me? Like, what's going on? Like, I told you I would just get a job right away, and you told me not to, that I should just wait and find a job that I really love. Are you leaving me in the dark about something?
Wow. First of all, I'm not going to explain my finances to someone who doesn't have a checking account currently. Okay. I'm not going to do that. And secondly, she doesn't want him going to a financial advisor because then he'll realize how much shit he's spending on her.
That's right.
Like she freaked out. You know what I mean? Like,
how dare you not tell me everything? We're in love.
Yeah. No, you're not contributing to these finances. So what do you need to know?
In her talking head. We hear her saying, God, what if something happens? So where does that leave me?
Yeah, and then she also said, I'm so excited to get out so I can drive my truck and see my new apartment. Oh, and to spend time with him.
And his ears.
You don't like his? What was wrong with his ears? Was something wrong with his ears?
Keisha.
What did they look like?
You didn't notice?
No.
Okay. I'm sorry. Wasn't nice, I know, but all right.
I didn't notice at all.
That's very unusual that you would not notice.
Well, it may be because I was so busy celebrating 420 when I was watching the show that I missed a few things there.
Okay, that tracks. That tracks.
Yeah. Yeah.
That tracks. Okay. No 420 well celebrated in this house. I can't speak for what happened at prom. I can just tell you it was not celebrated in this house. Okay. Yeah. All right, let's move on to Joey and Michael. Is this who you're surprised by, or we still haven't gotten there?
Oh, we haven't gotten to the shock yet.
Okay, all right.
Mm.
Joey is 46. He is a real estate brokerage coordinator, which means he has a very good job.
Okay.
And Michael is 40, and he's in prison for intent to deliver and drug trafficking. They are in Boise, Idaho.
Okay. All right.
So we see Joey, who's computer FaceTiming, whatever, video call with a prisoner.
Video call.
And
Yeah.
it's his boyfriend, Michael. And Joey tells us a little bit of his backstory. He came out as gay at age 30. He had always dated women, but he was miserable. And he's now navigating the gay world and the gay scene. He's catching up. He's not ashamed anymore. He's proud of who he is. And he could proudly say, I'm in love with the dude that's in prison. Okay.
It's that's in prison part that he should be really embarrassed about.
Part.
You could keep that part off. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So we see his parents, Emil and Linda, in the den while he's in his room.
Love his dad.
Love his dad. Love his dad. Joey tells us he was struggling with depression about 10 years ago. And his parents said, why don't you just move in with us for a while? And he did. But it's been 10 years. So.
No, Joey.
Looks like a big house. I mean, yeah, but.
Stop, Joey.
36 to 46, so you've got a good job. You don't need to live with your parents.
I wonder, is it like some kind of codependency thing? He's afraid to live alone, or
yeah, could be, but it's not cute. It's not cute.
Oh, it's not cute at all. And I like Joey, but that is
I like him too.
Yeah.
So these two are like kind of trying to have phone sex. Michael's like, ooh, I'm hella horny. And Joey's like, oh my gosh, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to get a prison bitch? And they joke about that. Let's just go ahead and say he's the only gay guy on that tier. He definitely already has many prison bitches. Let's just, yeah. Mm-hmm. So Joey tells us that he met Michael 6 years ago on a dating app. They hooked up a lot, and he was going through kind of a slutty phase, and he forgot about him. But then they reconnected right before Michael went to prison. Michael says, I'm the only gay dude on my tier, like openly. And Joey is kind of famous in here. All the guys like, did Joey call? And they're all interested in my love life. And he says he was never lucky enough to have a guy like Joey before. Somebody stable and somebody mature. That's always a bad sign, too.
Yeah.
I don't
see this one ending well, but I hope.
I don't necessarily see it ending bad. I think it just is going to be we have to break up because you're on drugs situation.
Yeah, because I don't know if this is wrong to say, he looks like he's ready to come out to get back on drugs.
Yeah, he kind of does.
I just get that vibe from him. I do.
So Michael says, something to the extent of, when I get out, I want you to be really dirty talking to me because I'll be ready to fuck. Something like that. I didn't catch it all. I didn't really care.
He would be disappointed by me because I'm not talking dirty. I don't do phone sex.
No.
It's kind of like, if you want it, come and get it. But I'm not going to do all this extra shit. I'm not, no sexy talk, no, none of that. So I felt Joey in the moment. He's kind of like, I don't know what to say. I wouldn't know what the fuck to say.
And also, there's people all around. I mean,
I guess you get to a point you just don't even notice it.
I mean, I have a lot. I don't want to know. So, Joey says, Michael. Now let's remember, so Joey's 46, Michael's 30, so that plays into this too. But Joey says Michael has a high sex drive, and he doesn't want him. I don't want him to get bored with me. I'm a bottom all the way, and Michael is a top. So at least we have that going for us. Okay, well, all right, that's good.
That's
information.
Good to know. Yeah. So, and it's important for them to already know that they're the opposite. So,
but they've already hooked up. They've been together.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
So Michael is supposed to get out in 6 to 8 months, and they want to get their own place. Well, that's good. And now we talk about this photo that they need to prove that they knew each other before they were locked up. They did know each other, but they don't have pictures. They were just too busy doing other things. And he's sort of like, how can I Photoshop myself into a picture? Like, am I getting in trouble for it?
This is a first. Like, we've never heard about them having to show a photo to prove they knew each other before the person was in prison.
Yeah, and he says, I don't know, is it because we're gay? And he says, no, it's because so many people are able to bring drugs in. You have to, you could have known a drug dealer before.
Yeah, and taken a picture with him.
Right. I mean, what does that have to do with it? Michael is a career criminal. He's
Yes.
been in and out of prison since he was 15.
Yeah, did you see all the mugshots? It looked like the Price is Right wheel just kept going and going and going and going. I'm like, damn.
And Joey says, I hope when he gets out, he doesn't go back to his old ways. You know, when I first met him, that was exciting. And I probably did some things I'm not proud of. What do you think that means?
I don't know, but we need to know. Like, if you're going to bring it up, just tell us what it is.
I wonder if it's something to do with drugs or whatever, because
Probably so.
he was on drugs. Yeah. So he
Yeah.
says, you know, the best case scenario is the picture works. I can go see him. We can like hold hands. And the worst case scenario is I get caught doctoring the photo and the prison will cut off communication with us altogether. Michael gets in trouble. Like, I don't want that. So Joey cries in his confessional talking head and says, we sort of rescued each other and he'll always be that person for me that rescued me. That's not good.
No, not at all. Mm-mm.
So Joey talks to his dad in the kitchen. Dad seems fun. I like Dad.
I like his dad. Some people were flipping out because they did a mouth kiss.
I did notice that, but some people do that. I mean, when my son was little, I would kiss him on the mouth. And my daughter too, I guess, but not when they're adults, I guess.
Yeah, I'd never seen that before until I saw James's dad kiss him on the lips. I was like, "What the fuck? What? What is going on here?" But
it's kind of European. I mean, that's kind of what guys do. And
some people just do it.
yeah, it doesn't. I mean, I saw it, but I didn't do it like, oh, I should
It
write that
didn't
down.
bother me.
Yeah.
No. Some
What
people were
what does
freaking
James
out. I'm
think?
like,
What does James think?
when he saw that,
Yeah, what he was like.
nothing. That's the norm. His dad kisses him on the mouth.
Okay.
I mean, and now that I think about it, there's sometimes I kiss Skylar like right here.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool. That's a little lip right there. Yeah, a little lip.
Just a little bit on the lip.
A little bit, yeah.
So
I don't think it's a big deal.
I don't really think it's a big deal either. I didn't even
No.
like.
Mm-mm.
I mean, now that you're saying it, I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
The frozen pizza with the coffee was more concerning to me. It's like, ew. So Joey's telling his dad, I want to go see Michael, but I got to figure out how to Photoshop this picture. Like, am I committing a crime? And Dad's like, ooh, I don't know about that. And Dad says, look, here's the thing. We're going to have to get to know Michael to be able to trust him. And yeah, let's meet him on a video visit. And Dad says, prisoners will say what you want them to say until they get out. And he is a repeat offender. I mean, Dad's got this figured out, right?
He's got a little bit more sense than his son does.
But Joey agrees. He says, yeah. And
he's going to do it anyway.
Joey says Michael got out of the Navy and started using drugs and ended up in jail many times. Well, he was in jail before that because he started going into jail when he was 15. And then I guess he went in the Navy when he was 18, got out, started using and going right back to prison. Should have stayed in the Navy.
In him. Right.
So they talk about recovery. So Joey wants Michael to go into a program when he gets out, and he's willing to go with him. And his dad's like, yeah, you should. And Joey explains that his dad is in recovery from alcoholism, I think. And Joey says he always thought he would be different. But at age 15, he started drinking because he was ashamed of who he was. And when he drank, it helped him, push that down. And even after he came out, he did continue drinking because it's a disease. Dad says, and this is a lot of AA talk I hear, Dad says, we're the dredges of society when we first start these programs until we surrender and admit that we need help. And Michael says, yes. Right. I mean, I'm so sorry. Joey says yes. Joey explains that he's been sober from alcohol for 12 years. But 10 years ago, he was in a dark place. This was in the time that his parents took him in. Right. He was in a dark place and he got into meth. Well, way to jump from one thing to just like skip 15 steps and go right to meth.
Yeah, Jesus. He did not start with the starter kit.
No,
at all.
Right to meth.
Yeah.
He almost died. He talks about his mom and his sister finding him on the bathroom floor. And finally he got better. And Dad says, alcoholics and addicts were cons by nature. True. And that's very, very true.
Yeah.
And a good addict can admit it,
Right.
somebody real active in their addiction can never admit it, and like you're the one with the problem.
Right.
And he says, I have to see him change, just like I've seen you change. Like I have to see it.
Mm-hmm.
And Joey says, my father has always said we're as sick as our secrets, and I have a secret that my family doesn't know.
There's too many damn secrets on the first episode.
We
Okay.
usually don't get 2 secrets in the first episode.
We have 3. Right?
What's this?
We have 3.
We have 2.
Okay, this is the second one?
This is the second secret. But what is...
Okay.
Oh my God, guys. If you're watching this on video, I'm sorry. The balloons just came up.
I'm excited when I see them.
God.
It makes me happy.
Oh, God. Okay, sorry. I didn't mean to do that.
Do you think, like...
What's the secret? What is it?
Michael's going to be paroled to his parents' house?
No. Because I think they would have to have the parents, since they're the homeowner, would have to approve that.
Then I have absolutely no idea.
I have a secret that my family doesn't know. His family doesn't know.
Mm-hmm. I know.
All right. I can't guess.
Can't figure it out.
I can't guess.
Nope.
Hey, I want to tell y'all about the Roe Body Program. Roe provides access to the most popular weight loss shots on the market. The Roe Body Program pairs a weekly shot with healthy lifestyle changes so you can lose 15 to 20% of your weight in a year on average and actually keep it off. Over 200,000 people have already chosen Roe to help them lose weight. You guys, I have used those GLP-1 medications, the weight loss shots. I have done it. I lost about 30 pounds in a year, and I started doing clean eating. I cut way back on alcohol, walking the dogs twice a day, and it really worked for me. And I really wish Roe Body had been around when I started my weight loss journey. The body program would have been helpful to me for sure. The Roe Body Program members have support throughout the process. Their partner handles all of the insurance paperwork to help get the medication covered. If eligible for medication, patients will have access to the provider on demand for any questions. You can sign up online from the comfort of your own home. This means no scheduling a doctor's appointment, no commute to the doctor's office, and best of all, no waiting rooms. Average weight loss is 15 to 20% in 1 year with healthy lifestyle changes. BMI and other eligibility criteria apply. Go to row.co/pinkshade. Sign up today and you'll pay just $99 for your first month, $145 a month after that. Medication costs are separate. That's ro.co/pinkshade. All right, so now we're here to our last couple. This has got to be the one that's upsetting you. This is Ayonna, age 27, the dancer, and Jahmal, age 36. He's in prison for drug trafficking, and they're in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. I was told by Amy Archer to make sure to say it right. It's Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania.
Okay, all right.
All right, what's the problem? Amy. What's the problem? Let's hear it.
We haven't gotten to the part yet.
Okay. All right. We'll start. Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Ayonna has 2 kids. She has Amira and Darian. Amira is 2, cutie pants, and Darian 9. Jahmal has been in prison for 3 years for drug trafficking. Ayonna's getting ready for work. She's leaving her daughter with her friend, Nay, and her friend, Lexi, is driving her to work. She works at Dream Girls.
Oh, this is the shocker.
What?
This is the shocker.
What? That she's a stripper?
No, because what the fuck is Lexi Blow from Jocelyn's Cabaret doing on Love during Lockup?
I don't know what you just said.
Other people
what?
Did. So
what is
you
it?
know how I watch shows on Zeus?
Yes. Okay. All right. That's where we're starting.
Shit on there.
Okay.
So there's this show called Jocelyn's Cabaret. And it's all about finding like the best strippers to form a cabaret, but no one on the fucking team, including Jocelyn, knows what a real cabaret is. So really it's just a stripper routine. Okay. So she goes from city to city to city. And Lexi Blow has been on 2 seasons of Jocelyn's Cabaret. This is like huge for anyone who saw her on here, which I had people who DM me and say, was that Lexi Blow? Or what's going on with Lexi Blow? It's Lexi Blow. I was mind blown.
Wow. I just noticed her weird bangs. That's all I could
Her little
notice.
curly
Yeah, those
baby
little
hair.
curls. Yeah, I was like, what's happening there?
Which is
Okay.
funny because Lexi Blow usually wears her hair really short, and
Mm-hmm.
like her catchphrase is, uh, what is it? Ass soft like baby powder, and then she does her little booty wiggle. It's true.
Okay.
It's true. And she got into one of
Okay.
the best fights on Jocelyn's Cabaret, and these bitches be fighting every season, every episode. It was a really good fight.
I don't.
I know.
Okay.
Hmm.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. So her friend Lexi Blow
It's
of
not
the
just Lexi, it's Lexi Blow.
of the famous Dream Girls in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. I mean, they're going to the Dream Girl strip club. So we see Ayana on the stage. I don't know if it's Ayana. I'm gonna say Ayana.
Ayonna.
Ayana. We see her on the stage, and she talks about her stripping, and she was like, "Look, I love dancing. I love being up there, and the guys they love it too. The ass is assing, okay? The guys they love it, and I gotta
Hmm.
say, she's pretty talented. She was upside down. She was
Oh
doing
my
all the
gosh.
things.
And her boobs looked good when they went down. Like they
Yeah."
were still perked. Yes, I was
I didn't
jealous.
like the fake Gucci and fake Louis Vuitton on these
Oh, that was
ladies, but
horrific. Oh
that's
God, it was bad.
a tragic. But all
Yeah.
right. So she says growing up, she wanted to be an anesthesiologist. And then she
Hmm.
found out that took too much school. And then she wanted to be a lawyer. And then that's two
Hmm.
very different professions. And that was just going to be too much time. So she decided to be a stripper. She just wants to be successful.
Yeah,
Okay.
and school wasn't part of her process. She that just I don't know how she went from such big hops
Anesthesiologist to lawyer to stripper. I
to
think
stripper.
between
Yeah.
between lawyer and exotic dancer, there's something in the middle that she could have. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
So she just wants to be successful and provide for her kids. And so then at the end, we're seeing the girls collecting all the money, that was kind of
Hmm.
exciting.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
Ayana says she's so tired of dancing, but she does make like $600 every night. And that's a lot of money. And it is. And it's hard to give that up. And she's saying, like, I want to quit. Like I said, I was going to quit at 23. Now I'm 26 or whatever she says. And then she says,
Yeah.
they go, do you want to quit because of Jahmal? She goes, no, no, no. Jahmal has nothing to do with it. But when he comes home, it's just going to be money and family. And that's it. It'll be our first time together as a couple. Now we find out
Yeah.
that
I don't think Jamal wants her to give up that money either.
no, 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 no.
No.
Let me look again. Oh, he's in for drug trafficking. Okay, that tracks. Okay,
Hmm.
so we find out that Ayana and Jahmal met when they were living together because Jahmal was living with his girlfriend, which was Ayana's
Hmm.
best friend.
Yep.
And the three of them were living together. Everything was fine. And then she later started dating him.
That is just nasty, nasty, nasty.
I said, you're not a good friend. Um,
Yeah.
but she talks about rather how hot Jamal is. Everything about him is so hot, and he's not judgmental of her and what she does. And she loves his
What?
penis. She loves his penis. She wants to
Well,
mold that penis.
how can a man in for drug trafficking judge anyone on earth?
Great point.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a great point.
No.
Um, so her phone rings, and it's her lawyer from the public defender's office. So she goes to take it, and
Mhm.
he says, "My understanding is you've been arrested a second time for DUI." And she says,
Mhm.
"Yeah, I got pulled over and I got a DUI. So that's driving under the influence, not while
Yes.
intoxicated. It's two different things.
Yes.
DUI, she got for being high on marijuana while driving. And she's like she's so put out by this.
Like she was more concerned about her eyelashes staying glued on than she was about what she actually did. Like
She just really
this was
couldn't believe
bothering
that.
her. Yeah, like
She
this was a waste of her time. Like, my God, why is this happening? I'm in shock. Bitch, you was high and driving, and obviously driving badly because they
yeah,
pulled you over.
that's right. That's right. And he goes, "Well, since this is your second charge, you will have to do some kind of jail time. You're not going to be able to avoid it. It could be 15 days or it could be up to 90 days." And she starts crying and goes, "I can't do that. I mean, I could do
Right,
15, but I can't do 90. Like I have kids." And then she goes,
right.
"And then I wouldn't be able to talk to my man." That's probably the kids. You should have
Uh,
just stopped and not.
That was it. No, but she went on further to explain why she wouldn't be able to talk to him. Like, I think she really wanted to put that before the kids, but
I
thought better
know.
of it.
Yeah, maybe they edited it that way.
Mm-hmm.
So he says, look, you have completed some drug and alcohol programs, so that'll go far with the judge, but you've had some other offenses in the past. And she goes, yeah, I've had some fights, okay? I did have to beat my friend's ass, Jamal's ex, because Jamal's ex was mad at me for dating Jamal, and she popped my tire, so I did have to beat her ass. And we see some video of that, and I hate this. I do not like to see this. I hate it. It upsets me.
It was total world star level fight.
I don't know what that means. What does that mean?
Like world star videos where they show like people fighting and doing very outlandish things, but it's mostly like fights. This fight reminded me of the Sharkeisha fight. Remember, they're like, Sharkeisha, no.
I don't know what you're talking about. What is Sharkeisha?
You don't remember the Sharkeisha video that went viral? Two girls that's like going at it, and one girl just knocks the other girl out, and the girls in the background like, Sharkeisha, no, Sharkeisha. You don't remember that?
No,
people are going to be DMing you.
I know. Can I start calling you Sharkeisha?
Do you want to see me bite?
Sharkeisha. Okay.
Yes.
Shark baby shark. Okay, so she also needs to obviously complete some anger management.
Yeah, she needs that just for life in general. Fuck the court case. She needs that. Because how do you fuck your friend's boyfriend and then beat her up?
Well, she shouldn't have popped her tires.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But damn.
It's not great. It's not great.
That goes against girl code in every way.
So, of course, we see the TikTok video of the fight. So, you can't do anything in private these days, Keisha. Somebody's going to video it.
Not even a good fight. Yeah.
Not even a good ass whooping.
Because if it wasn't recorded, it didn't happen.
Right. So, she cries to Lexi Blow, a famous person that I didn't know was famous. She cries to Lexi and says, I just want to be happy. It's not fair. Well, girl, it is fair. You got 2 DUIs and beat somebody's ass. Now, come on now.
Yeah, you obviously haven't served any jail time for any of this.
Mm-mm.
Now you're sitting there with your fake Gucci. I don't even know if that's a bathing suit or what. It was just covered the nipples.
I know.
You know.
And
Yeah. And you are in a strip club dressing room hugging this girl who used to be on Jocelyn's Cabaret. You really need to start thinking about your life in general, not just the fact that
you might need to go back to anesthesiology school. That might be a better career path.
Get your CNA, something. This is not for you.
Mm-mm.
No. Mm-mm.
She just wants her husband and her life, and she doesn't want to do this anymore. This is upsetting. And so good. So maybe she's really kind of come to a crossroads and realized she doesn't want to live this way. But guess what? You're still dating a prisoner, so it's not going to get better.
I feel like she's going to give off those Letitia kind of vibes where she's going to start doing people's taxes, but she doesn't really know what she's doing. She seems like she would stop the club and say, oh, I'm going to start a business. And it would be like a tax service like Letitia's.
I forgot about Letitia. How's she doing, I wonder? How's her taxes?
She just
business?
got evicted from another place where she was renting out the spot.
It's tax season. Hopefully she's all right. Oh, it's another season, guys. So she says, I do have a dream when he gets out. We're going to build a house with all our kids. And I think that God put us on the earth for each other. But if I have to go to jail, my whole life's going to change. Well,
you're only going for like 90 days.
At the most. Like maybe if she could do some anger management. Yeah, maybe she could do 2 weeks. All right, coming up this season on Love During Lockup, we see Candice come out. She hugs Andrew. We see him propose. And later we see her talking to him and saying it's really hard, to be out, which of course is always what happens. Mm-hmm. Looks like Ayonna does go to prison and comes out. And Jahmal tells Ayonna he was married. And she wonders, what else don't I know?
Probably a lot. You're dating someone who got arrested for drug trafficking.
That was your best friend's boyfriend.
Yeah, I'm sure he has a lot of secrets.
And he married somebody else.
Probably so. Yeah, I mean, oh boy.
Joey says, Michael's afraid I might leave him, and that might be the case. And then we see him saying, like, I can't do this again. So it probably has something to do with Michael being on drugs.
Yeah, most definitely. Which is sad.
And then we see Michael on the phone, the prison phone, saying to Joey, "Oh, I don't know what's going on. There's like a big gang fight going on. Oh, somebody got maced." He's like,
yeah, they're just used to it.
It's wild. Now it looks like Tennie is talking to her mom. I'm not sure. It seemed like maybe it was her mom. And she says, I want to reconcile our differences. It's been 20 years. And the mom, or whoever this woman is, says, I don't think we're going to get to that. And then we see Tennie deleting Rob off of all the cameras.
Okay. Well, she should do that like immediately anyway.
And then we see two more couples, but we don't know anything about them, so I'm not talking about them yet. But it's interesting because remember, Rob said he had this secret. So is the secret that his mom hates Tennie? Like maybe that's the secret. And maybe Tennie goes to meet with his mom, and she's like, we're not going to be friends.
Which would be kind of odd considering they were teenagers when they dated. Like, what could she have done to make his mom hate her?
Yeah, I mean, and how does that mom have any high ground? Your kid's been in the Lawton, Oklahoma prison for 16 years.
Yeah, you have no room to say anything about anyone else. Sorry.
We don't even know who this lady is. Keisha, first of all, I want to also say about this, I was very excited it was only 1 hour instead of 2.
Yes, I agree. It's a little bit overwhelming.
When it's that long, you have to really gear yourself up to.
You do.
Sit with it.
You need a Red Bull. You need a Red Bull.
Or a 420s in your house, I guess.
Yeah.
It's okay. To each their own. I was having my Chardonnay. I was happy. After I'd been at that restaurant with that loud lady next to me.
You needed to decompress.
I had to come home and have some Chardonnay.
Yeah.
Well, what's going on over in the Libra Lounge? Because we haven't caught up with the Libra Lounge in a while. Did you cover all of Mama June over on the Libra Lounge with Keisha?
Except for the very last episode, the newest episode of our show is coming out on Tuesday. Mm-hmm. We're going to wrap up the half season of Mama June, talk about the latest episode. Ooh, I can't wait to talk about this latest episode of My 600-Pound Life. Mm-hmm. Then we're going to do the Gab, and we're going to talk about Gypsy Rose, Kardashian's pictures and stuff like that, and Taylor and Kim Kardashian's beef.
Yes.
And all this good kind of stuff.
I am trying to find out because, Gypsy Rose kept posting Life After Lockup, Gypsy Rose coming in June.
Yeah, she has a show on Lifetime, I believe, that's coming out.
Okay. She said Life After Lockup, Gypsy Rose coming to Lifetime in June. Okay. Life After Lockup is on WeTV.
Right.
Okay. Lifetime and WeTV not owned by the same corporation.
Okay. So how are they using the name?
So I wrote to our Lifetime person that we contacted for Prison Brides.
Okay.
And said, can you give me the scoop on this? Like, what's happening?
Mm-hmm.
Crickets. No answer.
Really?
So if there is a Life After Lockup Gypsy Rose, we will cover it.
Gotcha.
But
I heard that it is.
But I don't know. But how can she call it? How can she call it Life After Lockup if it's not on WeTV? It's not a Matt Sharp production.
Look, we're talking about a girl who has 30 silver caps on her teeth.
I know. I think she's doing like a full title. She's doing like a full makeover.
Yeah, she got them fixed. She heard I had been talking about them because I said only little 6-year-old bad kids have those. Even though in her case, even though in her case she did nothing wrong.
Right.
She just had a crazy ass mother
who abused her and
her.
Yes.
Yeah.
Keisha, I told Dave this morning, I had this dream. It was this morning, actually, because I woke up and then I went back to sleep. I had this very vivid dream about, like, my sisters and my mom being real mean to me and not including me on, like, vacations and stuff.
Oh,
then all my teeth were, like, falling out, and I was, like, spitting them, like, into a pile in my hand.
So do you know what the meaning is for when you have a dream about teeth falling out?
Somebody said it means I feel out of control in my life, but what is...
Or it can also mean someone is sick.
Okay. Who's sick?
So just look out. I don't know.
Because I looked it up. I looked up what does it mean when you spit all your teeth out into your hand. And I think it's because I have this new temporary crown, and I'm very paranoid about it falling out, because whenever you get a temporary crown, it always falls out at least once.
Yep.
I'm very worried about it. So I think that somewhere in my subconscious there was that. And then also part of the dream was something, but it had to do with me watching this movie last night called The Anatomy of a Fall.
Was that good?
Okay, it's good, but you have to know that it is a lot in English, but a lot of it is also in French. So so it's not all subtitles, but there are a lot of subtitles.
Okay.
It's very, very, very good. But there was, I still don't know. Somebody let me know what you think, because I still don't know at the end of the movie my thoughts on if she did it or not. It's all about, did she do it? Did she not? Did she kill her husband? Did she not? And you still don't.
But you don't get an answer.
There's no definitive answer in the movie. It's sort of left to your own interpretation.
Okay, so I watched something that was really good too.
Okay, what is it?
It's a Baby Reindeer.
Somebody told me about that. Explain to me what Baby Reindeer is.
Holy shit, it's so one of the best things that I've watched in a while.
Is it a series or just a?
It's a series, like a short series.
Okay.
And it's a true life story. This guy was being super stalked by this lady. So that's what it's all supposed to be about. Okay. But it comes out to be so much more. Like, through her stalking him, he learns about himself, and he didn't realize what place in his life he really was, and all of his feelings. And he goes through all this shit that you're like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, all while this woman is heavily stalking him.
So is it like a documentary, or it's just like based on a true story and it's actors?
No, he plays himself in the movie, but everyone else is an actor. Yeah.
Okay, so he's telling the story, but it's like recreations. He's telling the story.
Yes. It's so, and you have to remind yourself this really happened. It's really good.
All right, I write down Baby Reindeer. Somebody told me to watch that, and then there was something else. And so last night when we got home from the prom and the dinner stuff, I finished my notes for this, and then I said to my husband, I go, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to just watch something that I don't have to take notes on, like just for myself. Yeah. I'm going to watch this movie, Anatomy of a Fall. Do you want to watch it with me? And he's like, basketball is on. I was like, go on then. So I watched it by myself. But now I'm going to put Baby Reindeer on my list for next time I have time to just watch something.
It's good.
I heard it was good. I keep putting things on my list, and then I never freaking have time.
It was surprisingly good.
Okay, y'all reach out if you watched Anatomy of a Fall and what you think. And then also reach out to Keisha about Baby Reindeer, because I haven't watched it yet. But maybe by this time next week I will.
You should.
You guys, that's it. I'm very excited to be back here with Keisha. And I'm very excited for you guys to follow Keisha on Instagram, which is the Libra Lounge with Keisha. The Libra Lounge with Keisha. There's some underscores in there. If you just type it in, you'll find it.
You'll find it, yeah.
And I'm also excited for you guys to follow me on Instagram at Pink Shade Pot.
10,000.
Guess where I am?
You're actually at 10,000?
No, but guess what the number is?
You're close.
I'm close.
What is it?
I'm real close. 9,700.
Nice.
It's pretty good.
You're almost there. Yes, I agree.
You guys, it's just, what's going to happen when I get to 10,000? Then I'm going to be like, I need to be at 100,000. I'm going to be drunk with power.
That's how it always goes.
All right,
like,
Keisha.
She's just mad, y'all. She's gone mad. She's not mad for those numbers.
Drunk with power with her 9,000 followers. Everybody, we will talk to you next week. We'll be right here. Love During Lockup, episode 2. Keisha's back. Nobody needs to worry. Everything's great. Okay, bye, Keisha.
Bye.
Ads not read by me, Mary Payne, don't necessarily reflect the views of Pink Shade. If you'd like to listen to ad-free, you're going to go on over to Supercast or Patreon, and you can find the links to Pink Shade Prime at pinkshadepodcast.com.